In a monastery at Netavana, there was a monk who had been beaten when he was a child. He was spoken to harshly, and he was not wanted. In the monastery, when he heard the branches of the trees in a windstorm crash against the windows, he hid in fear underneath the table. When he heard the Buddhist monks speak above even the most gentle of voices, he would try to hide himself in the corner. And when all the other monks were talking with one another, he would hang his head and not say a word. He was terrified. The other monks became disturbed by his behavior. Why does he act that way? Why is he so fearful? His behavior is ruining the atmosphere of the monastery. And they decided to go and talk to the Buddha. They told the Buddha about the monk. The Buddha listened. And then he said, "Do not be angry with your brother. Let me tell you a story. Once in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a majestic white elephant who was cherished in the kingdom. He was a great gift in the kingdom, and all the people loved him. For this reason, when an extraordinary gift had to be given to a king and queen in a neighboring country, they decided that they would give this cherished gift, this most prized possession. The gift was given. The king and queen were very pleased with the gift, and the king gave over the care of the animal, the great white elephant, to the animal trainers, the royal animal trainers. Unbeknownst to the king, the animal trainers were cruel to the elephant. They beat him about the legs, they beat him on the back, they beat his trunk, they poked and prodded the elephant, they made the elephant do silly, ridiculous tricks. And they chained him to a fence. One day, in great anguish, the elephant reared up on his forelegs, and with all the strength that he had, he burst free from the fence and plunged out of the kingdom into the forest, up hills, down into valleys, up hills, until he was sure that no one was following him. The animal trainers did seek the elephant, as did many in the kingdom, but they could not find the elephant, and after a time they forgot all about the elephant. But the elephant did not forget about them. And when the trees crashed against one another in the windstorms, he tried to find some place to hide. And when the thunder and lightning cracked in the air, he tried to find some place to come into. And when he saw the other animals in the forest, he ran before they could see him. After a time, the once majestic white elephant was frail and weak. The Buddha, in the form of a tree sprite, had been watching the elephant, and he knew now that he must intercede. One hot day, when the elephant went underneath the tree sprite's tree to get some shade, the tree sprite came very close to the elephant and said, "You are an elephant. Be strong and of good courage." For some reason, the animal did not bolt, but the elephant listened, and a strange feeling came into his soul. Day after day, the tree sprite listened and spoke to the elephant in the most gentle of voices, until one day the elephant let the tree sprite sit right behind his ear. And when the wind blew and the tree branches crashed against each other and the elephant started to shake, the tree sprite would whisper, "You are an elephant. Be strong and of good courage." And the elephant would be calm. And when the thunder crashed in the sky, the tree sprite spoke to the terrified animal. They began going on walks together. And when they would see the other animals in the forest, the elephant was ready to bolt. But the tree sprite whispered to him, "You are an elephant. Be strong and of good courage." One day the tree sprite went to get some food. When he came back, he said, "Mother bird needs your help. Baby bird has fallen from the tree." The elephant stood back. What could he do that would be helpful? But the tree sprite encouraged him to come with him. They came to the tree, and the elephant took his long trunk, and he bent down to the earth, and he lifted that small bird up to the nest, where it was reunited with Mother Bird. A glowing feeling came into the elephant's soul, a feeling he had not felt for a long time. That night, as he and the tree sprite were walking through the dark forest, the elephant lifted up his trunk and trumpeted his elephant song into the star-studded sky. The Buddhist finished the story. The monks lowered their heads and knew what they must do.